Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another mail call. This time, I have a box from mycomicsshop.com down in Texas. Now, when I say a box, I actually mean a box. This one is something I've never ordered this many from them before, that I needed to get it in a box. Usually they have one of those awesome little, they're not really Gemini, but they're really good like folder type boxes where it folds in such a way that the books are taped to a piece of the cardboard that I don't really know how to explain it without showing it, but it's almost like it's not, the books aren't ever touching anything because it's like all insulated the way that it's folded over. So that's one of the great things I like about this company, is the way that they package stuff is unbelievably secure. I've had things from Midtown where they just put a regular box and bubble wrap in there, and they don't even tape the bags closed, which I've contacted them about multiple times, and still nothing's changed with that. But my comic shop is very, very good when it comes to shipping their stuff. They're not just putting things into a first class envelope and sending it off. So I just want to show you how they've done this. So I've got the box. It's got paper covering, to fill the, the space at the top. We've got foam cornering to keep the books all centered and not moving at all within the box. This is what I'm talking about when I say this is some great packaging. And to be honest, I don't mind that they don't give free shipping. I don't know if they give free shipping at any levels. I've never ordered enough to get to that point. But it's something that is very, very nice when you see that kind of care going into their shipping. It just shows that they really want to make sure that you're getting the books in the condition that you ordered them. And that's something I appreciate greatly. Yeah, sure, some of their prices can be relatively expensive. Nowhere near as much as Mile High. And if you get a chance, go watch Erod212's video. He got to go out there, and his when he asked the audience, what do you think I got, and he literally said nothing, because with those prices they've got to be crazy. It's true. I've ordered it from them a couple of times over at Mile High, and their prices are sky high, like 10 times what some of these other places charge. And to be honest, most of the items I've had to actually send back to them. I ordered a Green Lantern number 20, I believe it was, the first cameo of Jessica Cruz. It came in with a corner torn off and floating in the bottom of the bag, and nobody saw it. Another time, I bought a few copies of DC Universe Brave New World, the first appearance of Ryan Choi as the new Atom, or the first appearance of Ryan Choi. They sent those out without even putting a board in there. It was just in bags. So it's one of those things where you're like, okay, what's the deal? You're charging an arm and a leg to begin with, and then you're not even going to send the quality that you're saying that it is, or protect them. So, it is what it is. So let's get started here. Okay, this is not in any kind of order, so it might take me a second. Okay, so first one we have is Blue Beetle from the 2006 series, issue number 4. This is, I forget the villain. This is supposedly who's going to be the villain in the upcoming movie. This is listed as a very fine, but as most of us know, they are very conservative over at my comic shop. If they say it's a very fine, it's probably like a near mint minus, or even a near mint. Because a lot of their lower price numbers, a lot of the lower value issues, they don't do like very fine 9.0, 9.2, 9.4, 9.6. They do just very fine mint, fine stuff like that. They save their, point systems for the higher end pricing. So, basically anything in the very fine is could be up to near mint for all we know. So this one I paid $1.80 for it. So how can you go wrong with a book for $1.80 if it has possibly a major villain in a major motion picture? So this is like ridiculously clean for a quote unquote very fine. There's a little bit of dirt by the top staple along the spine. Nothing terribly dangerous to the quality of the book. There's one color breaking spine tick, but again, for $1.80, and they told you it's a very fine, you get what you pay for. So I got more than what I paid for, I believe. So there's that one. Next I have a couple issues of Eclipso #1. First time that Eclipso appears in its own series. So this just for the hell of it, Eclipso is a very interesting character. And anytime you can spec on something like the first appearance, first cover, first solo series, stuff like that, you can't go very wrong. For $2.70 each, and these are actually near mint. So these are something that I would expect to be, I'm just looking from in the bags. I don't see any kind of spine ticks or any kind of spine damage at all. Corners on the front, on the outside look sharp. So I'll have to look into it a little bit deeper once I open the bag and everything. But yeah, that's pretty good for $2.70. Next one is Aquaman #0. This is from the 2003 series, 1994 series. This is where Aquaman gets his hook arm, and I just thought that was cool because it's a nostalgia moment. I remember the Justice League cartoon series. This was the version of Aquaman that we had in that series, and we actually had that whole sequence where Orm stole Aquababy, and Arthur had to decide save Aquababy or die watching him. So he cut off his own arm and later got his hook. So this is the comic book episode, the comic book what's the word I'm looking for? The comic book version of that cartoon episode, and that one cost me a whole $1.80. So this one is Green Lantern #0. This is the origin of Simon Baz. Green Lantern TV series, movies, whatever the hell they're doing, we don't know. I don't think they know over at DC either. But just for the fact that it's an origin and $2.16 for a very fine, and this could be just as big as somebody like a Jessica Cruz if they do it right, but we never know. Like I said, I don't think they know what's going on over at DC. Honestly, this looks more like a near mint than a very fine. So for what did I say I paid, $2.70, $2.16, I'll take that every day of the week. No no questions asked. Another Aquaman. This is the one from the 2003 series, number 16. Honestly, I don't remember what in the hell this is, what the significance is on that one. So I'm just gonna really quick head over to Key Collector Comics and see what it says on there, because sometimes they're obscure little things that you buy just because, hey, that's really cool. Like this might actually be the new Aquagirl, now that I'm thinking about it. And it's very difficult to find all, they're not in any kind of order when you use Key Collector's website. But yeah, so here's the 2003 series and Aquaman. Yes, first appearance of Aquagirl. So this is the second Aquagirl. I paid $1.80 for this. I would love if I actually would be able to get the original Aquaman 32, the first Tula, the original Aquagirl for $1.80. That would be great. Not in a fair or poor copy, but yeah, this again, just looking at it, you have a couple spine ticks, but they're not color breaking. So for $1.80, you really can't go wrong. It's crazy. So anybody who's followed me on Instagram, you'll know that this is very odd for me to have this many DC books in one order, because it's been hard for me to find, and I've commented many times that all the purchases that I put on Instagram that I show, it's like I can't find any DC. So when I find a DC, it's like, oh my God, there's actually a DC in here, or something like that, if it's not Marvel. But here's another copy of Aquaman 0 with the hook hand, and another copy of Blue Beetle number 4. And just while I have Key Collector up, let's see who the hell that character was that I was trying to think of in the Blue Beetle movie, because it's an interesting thing. I mean, I love the character of the new Blue Beetle. I like the Jaime Reyes, especially in Young Justice. I think he's a really cool one. Not so much in the Teen Titans movie, because he seems a little bit, I don't know, it seems a little bit off. Okay, this is the first full appearance of La Dama, and that's supposed to be the leader of a cartel, and he's rumored to be the villain in the movie. But, like I said, the version of Jaime Reyes in the in the Young Justice cartoon series, I loved it. Everything about the Young Justice is pretty great. It's just a very, very, very good, well done series. That and Titans, I'm just like, look, Marvel's been getting a lot of hell for how bad their TV shows have been. They've never really done cartoons very well. I mean, look at what's the one I'm trying to think of? Avengers United We Stand. I mean, come on, that was just horrible. But DC animated, all their movies are tremendous. So that's something. If I could get some of those characters in in the books and all that stuff, we'd have the Aqualad. We don't have Calderon, but now we have Jackson Hyde, so it's kind of a similar thing. Here's one that has nothing to do with comics or movies or any of that stuff. This is Cops number 1. This is from my childhood. I remember Cops with along the same lines of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mask, Bionic Six, like those types of cartoons. So when I saw this, they had these $2.88 each. Just whatever. No one's really collecting these that I know of. But hell, if Thundercats and He-Man and what's the other one? There was another one, I think. Thundercats, He-Man, Speed Racer just got picked up for a movie or something like that. I actually have Speed Racer number 1 on the way to me. So, collect what you want. It's your collection. That's pretty much gonna be my tagline. It's your collection. Collect what the hell you want. If you want to collect, Gargoyles was another one. Darkwing Duck. So they're bringing back a little bit of the nostalgia from the late '80s, early '90s cartoon series and all that stuff. So why for like I said, for $2.88, it brings me back to my childhood a little bit. Why not? The next few are some just random, why not type things. I have a couple of old Firestorms. So I have 2 copies of Firestorm number 22, both very fine. And this I paid $3.04, as well as Firestorm number 21 in what they say is a very fine, also for $3.04. I believe it's the first appearance. 21 is the first appearance of Louise Lincoln, who, for all intents and purposes, is the real Killer Frost, not Caitlin Snow from, the Arrowverse. And 22 is the origin of Firestorm. So, for a couple first appearance and an origin story for $3, take it, because I love Firestorm. not what they did to him in the CW series, but the original Firestorm from Super Friends or whatever the series was. That was awesome with Cyborg and Firestorm as the teenagers on the team. That was just great. The last DC book that I got is Justice Society of America, number 24. This is from the 2007 series. Awesome Black Adam cover. This is just because Black Adam's hot. So $2.34 I got this for. I think this is actually the first appearance of Mary Marvel with the Black family. So that's another one. She was not teased, but she was actually shown in the fourth season of Young Justice. She was Mary Marvel or something like that, but it was her. And at the end, she goes to Apocalypse with Darkseid and becomes Black Mary. So if we get that in in Shazam or in a Black Adam movie, that would be really cool. Just I don't think that the cartoon, like stuff like Titans and Young Justice, get enough no pun intended, enough justice when it comes to what they're doing in comic books as much as the DCU, the MCU. I'm sorry, how every little tiny thing that goes into the MCU, it reflects on the comic books. Because the DCU is mostly for the higher quality stuff is the TV shows and the cartoon series that they've been doing and the animated movies. Those, it's like they just get ignored. So I'll probably do a video on that sometime. But this is my last two and my only two Marvel books for this order. And this is just for the hell of it. I saw this and I said, you know what? A lot of people are talking about Doom, Doctor Doom, Doctor Doom, Doctor Doom. Well, I got a couple copies of Doom War #1. $2 each. I think it's $2 each. Yeah, $2 even. $2 each even. So, if they end up doing an arc from this series, plus, it's just the fact that Doctor Doom is just such a cool character, such a great villain. He's got the backstory. He's got, everything that he's done in his lifetime as, I've heard some people say he's a villain. Some people say he's an anti-hero. Whatever you want to call him, he's just a cool character. So to get something like this that you could, hold on to and see what happens, because everybody's buying all these covers, like it doesn't even have to be like keys of Doctor Doom, like first appearance or his origin or whatever. We're talking about was it Fantastic Four 285, the yellow cover with the with the scraping with the claws or whatever, scraping the cover. That's gone up to like $15 a book. Marvel Spotlight. I think that number 20, Marvel Superheroes, one of those 70s books where it's him on the cover alone. It's a black cover. So that's like $500. Just for a cover. It has nothing to do with the story itself. So this is like one of those things. Hey, it's a Doctor Doom book. It's it's a mini series, first issue, and honestly, I'll probably get screwed on it because I have bad luck when it comes to that. I picked up a bunch of Secret Wars #1, and now it's Secret Wars #2. That's the valuable one. I picked up Thor: God of Thunder. I think I got like 3 or 4 of those. I picked up the first issue, but it's the second issue that skyrocketed. I picked up 3 or 4 copies of Thor #1, not Thor #2, the first cover and first full appearance of Jane as Thor, but it's #1 that shot up to $100 plus. So I always seem to be like just off that timing. Whenever I get one issue, it's always the one preview or the one after that ends up being the one that jumps up. So for my luck, it'll be Doom War #2 that that gets all the attention. But that's it for this unboxing. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? I'm not doing this to say, hey, look, I got these great books. It's like, no, this is just what I enjoy, and I like to share it because I know a lot of people aren't able to, pick up like $150, $200 books and be like, hey, I get like five kinds of these books every day, and blah blah blah. it's just something like the newer collectors and the lower end collectors who don't have a lot of money to spend. Just something to share with them. Plus, hey, I like these things, so it's fun for me to say, like, hey, I found something from my childhood. So leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of the haul. What do you think of my nostalgia books and all that stuff. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.